position. That's the blue, white and orange 111 machine then for Cable and Richardson. Looks as though everybody is all set. So we do have a green flag at the back. All eyes to the lights. The red lights are on. And away we go, and it's, again, a good start there for that's Paul and Tom Kirby from the second row there, just about making a jump on Jim Fayers and Mark Fox, and that's for third and fourth place, but it is going to be Kevin Cable who takes the advantage ahead of Andy Peach and Ken Edwards then, so that's first and second, but there's a bit of squabbling for position there. Fifth place that was between Chris Wright and Paul Bailey with Ben Holland and Wayne Stevens.
So Waldorf and Statler there going a little bit wide, coming out of Druids there, maybe a little bit of a rub too with one of the F2 outfits as they pull their way back onto the grid there. And Simon Gilbert tells me he'll be back for the Brands BSP in a few weeks, but that is a few weeks away. We'll worry about them a little bit later as Barbecue Gilbert continues his recovery up north there. And they make their way through Surtees for the first of 9 times. And everybody's safely through because all their passengers on board, always a useful thing to see as we come off of Clearways onto Clark Curve. Let's see, is that Peach and Edwards out in front, mate? Or
no, that's Cable and Richardson.
Cable and Richardson, isn't it? Yep.
Paul and Tom Kirby go side by side, and they were second as they come across the line then, and 3/4 of a tenth of a second is the gap between the 27 and the number 4. Andy Peach and Ken Edwards there. Looks like a change of position further down the order. Was that the 33 of Hegarty and Ludlow just making their way through on Saunders and Eastall, who in turn there, Saunders and Eastall making up 3 positions on that lap. Alison Lawrence and Frank Muldoon dropped 7 places, but the big mover is that one of number 7, Smith and Smith.
Not quite sure which Smith and Smith that is. There's a lot of Smiths around here, and that looks like the Triumph powered machine of Fayers and Fox. You're right, they did say about the black fairing being the Triumph powered outfit, the other one being the Yamaha powered outfit. Well, Fayers and Fox doing a good job this time. Looking a bit smoother there as well, a bit less wobbly than they did a little bit earlier, because they're hanging on to a very solid 4th place. They're leading the club challenge as well, because obviously the British guys don't get that much of a run, and the British guys will be here getting a bit of a practice session in for what Simon Gilbert just mentioned, of course, the BSB round in a few weeks' time. Obviously, that's on the Grand Prix circuit, so you don't get a total run round. I'm surprised some of them, because they're not scoring points or prizes, I'm surprised they don't quickly sneak their way up through Snurties and maybe get a bit of a check out the back end there as well every other lap. That'd be an interesting way of doing it. Half the field do one race, half the field do the other track. But Fayers and Fox there ahead of Waldorf and Statler, Wright and Bailey, who are tucked in tight, ahead of their next outfit, which is the Holland Stevens outfit as well. So good action all the way around the track. It's the Kirby Knott family outfit, 53.186, who are the fastest on the first of the flying laps. They've got that chasing to do on Cable and Richardson, who lead across the line once again. Over they go there, and it's Cable and Richardson with the fastest lap now into the 52.8s to give you an idea of how they're going. Fayers and Fox still hold on to the lead in the club championship. F2s, Buchanan and Evans are leading the way ahead of Costello and Smith there. Hegarty and Ludlow, third of the outfits there across the line. And again, I don't think Costello and Smith will score points or prizes either, because I think Maria must be a British runner, isn't she?
I guess so,
yeah, I don't think she'll be...
a bit of rubbing there.
Racing is rubbing. And Wright and Bailey are there getting that outdone in the rubbing stakes. That's unusual. It's usually them who win the rubbing contest. But this time it looks like a Holland and Stevens round the outside there at Graham Hill, managing to... just sneak their way past, and I think what happened there was Chris Wright missed a gear coming out. I think that's why he suddenly wasn't able to hold on to the acceleration as Cable and Richardson come across the line 6/10 of a second ahead of Kirby and Kirby. Richardson purple in sector 1, Kirby fastest. Sorry, Cable and Richardson fastest in sector 1, Kirby and Kirby fastest in sector 2. Peach and Edwards 1.7 back from them. Then Fayers and Fox still doing a good job there, 54.208 for them. Holland and Stevens now move up just half a second or so behind their rivals there. Wright and Bailey are forced to drop back a place, but they're still 2 seconds of the good over the first of the F2 outfits, Buchanan and Evans. And the Buchanan Evans team, they're supported by the is it the Bull Inn?
That's it. Yep.
Down not very far from here, somewhere on the coast. I forget where exactly. I need to look at the paperwork, but this is their local track for the team that are looking. They did the Manx this year, did well at the Manx. They're looking to do the TT next year as they come across the line to complete lap number 5. Top 3 teams already over the line. Now, are we going to see a battle, I wonder, for that, it's the lead in the club championship. I'm not sure. Holland and Stevens, I don't know them from either championship there, Bradley. Do you at all?
I think they used to be British runners a few years ago, like pre-COVID.
Yeah, I'm thinking not current British runners. I'll stand to be corrected. I don't want to take any kudos away from anyone. But at the moment, Fayers and Fox, I think they got the taste of the gold medal for the first time ever at Snetterton, didn't they? And then a bit like London Buses, they got 3 wins as well. So,
yeah, they're quite enjoying it, aren't they, the winning stuff?
Yeah, no, they definitely got a taste of it. And, of course, this would be, if they can keep doing this for another 4 laps or so, this would be their first ever victory in the Triumph outfit as well.
Yes,
because they used the Yamaha all weekend in Snetterton. And you would have thought the Snetterton circuit would have been the one to suit the Triumph. Clearly not hooking up with on the Sunday when they were going to run it. Kirby, though, they've closed the gap a little bit on that particular lap, only by a couple of tenths of a second there. And I'm getting an update on the Holland Stevens outfit here. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Gilbert. It's nice to have people listening to you and actually correcting you. Let's see. Fat Holland. Oh, thank you. I should read these things first, shouldn't I? Mr. Holland, it says, hasn't raced for 3 years, apparently. So
there we go.
I'm thinking he'd probably won't be eligible. He will be eligible for points and prizes then. So I reckon this is a battle for the lead that we're watching here. And there are only 2 or 3 bike lengths. That's very tight into 30s of Fayers and Fox. You want to win races, maybe choose the right line. I mean, it's the right line. It's just the wrong corner there, James. Sort it out, mate. Round clearways we go. And let's have a look. I think we're going to see a battle here, mate. Here we go. I reckon this is for points and or prizes. So got some good speed out of that Triumph. Over the line go Fayers and Fox. Again, that's a tight line into Druids they're running there, really. Holland and Stevens a little bit higher on the line there. And Wright and Bailey just a little bit further back. We've got a back markers. And now you've got an excuse to go tight into Druids. They both do that quite promptly. Let's have a look at the drive down the hill. I tell you what, that Triumph's got some squirt coming out the corners. It's a talky little sucker, isn't it?
Low down grunt there from the triple. It's certainly paying dividends for him at the moment, as Holland and Stevens are right there with them. Did it get a little bit of a run there as they go onto the Cooper Straight in towards the left-hander of Surtees? They're close there, but they're proving difficult to overtake there, aren't they, Jim Fayers and Mark Fox?
Well, that's because they're hugging the inside of the thing. It's difficult to overtake, and you're relying on the grunt of the bike. I think I can have a word with Jim and go, dude, you need to spend some time working on your lines, because right now you're like a bad Shakespearean actor who's turned up to play. You just can't get your lines right, basically. Going tight there. Go on, mate.
Just looking at the battle for the lead there between Cable and Richardson, but Kirby's are right there with them. And last time
mate. That was. I thought Mark Fox might have had a bit of a moment there. He just went very out of the outfit there. They're going too defensive. Here come Holland and Stevens up the inside, coming out of Druid. Sorry, mate, what were you going to say?
I noticed that the gap between the leaders last time around was less than 0.2 of a second. Kirby went 0.4 of a second quicker.
Fayers has to pull out of the way. Sorry to interrupt there. And now Wright and Bailey have swung out because Fayers just had to swing out the moment and must have been in the wrong gear as he pulled out, because all of a sudden Wright and Bailey get the drive coming out of Graham Hill and they've taken the lead. That was a very dramatic moment there, and it's checkered flag time. So it looks like Waldorf and Statler have done exactly what they need to do at exactly the right time. That's a well-deserved win. That is the luck of racing, unfortunately. Fayers and Fox had the lead for a while there. They should have hung on to that. But Wright and Bailey, rather fortuitously, just have a jink around Holland and Stevens there. They've... Unfortunately, they did make it to the end there. What was that, misgear or something? Because Holland and Stevens do come across the line, albeit 2.5 seconds. I thought they were pulling out there.
Yeah, with a 58.3. That's 5 seconds away from their personal best.
So very slow there. Okay, a little bit of drama there as Buchanan and Evans do indeed take the F2 win ahead of Hegarty and Ludlow. Third of the F2s across the line is Costello and Smith, but we don't think they score points. Smith and Smith, that's another new outfit to me, so I think it might be Saunders and Eastle who get the thing. We'll have to worry about it when somebody gives me a bit of paper to read tonight at the Kentigern presentation, which will be about half an hour or so after the last race. So that would have been a bit of a heart-in-mouth moment there for James Fayers. He suddenly sees an arm